I need you to stop scrolling and pay absolute attention to this video. This is for all Christians supporting Israel and the Jews, especially American and African Christians shouting power to Israel. This video is for educational purpose, and I am Ebenezer Heru. I am here to wake us up. I know this will sound very crazy, but let me tell you the concise truth that nobody will tell you. The Jews don't like you as a Christian. Calm down. I know you love Israel. I know you love the Jews. I know you believe that they are the chosen people of God. But calm down, they don't like you. Their Talmud said, your Jesus is in hell, boiling in a pot of hot poo. The Talmud is the Jewish Bible. And I know a lot of you Christians all over the world, especially African Christians, you have not taken time to meticulously study the contents of the Talmud. You rush to Israel for pilgrimage, but you fail to tell us how they treated you as the Goyim or Gentile that you are. Of course, in their Talmud, they see you as a Goyim, which simply means those who are not part of the chosen people. And they believe that it is your responsibility to dedicate yourself to fight, to defend, and die for Israel. America is supporting Israel for numerous reasons, but one important reason is because of religion. The belief that the Jews are the chosen people of God and must be defended and protected. This is the greatest lie told to keep humanity blinded, and it is working effectively. Did you know that in their Talmud, they believe that as God's chosen people, they can grape and kill any Goyim and it won't be a sin? Christians are so deceived by the Jews, yet they still show support to Israel blindly. Israel is defending itself with nuclear weapon and the support from America. They don't look up to their God for support or help to defend themselves, but you are looking up to the God of Israel to defend you as a black man. Are you not ashamed of yourself? You rushed to Jerusalem for pilgrimage, but you forgot that the first holy land was not Jerusalem or Mecca, but a place in Egypt named Abydos. Around 5100 BCE, people all over the world came to Africa, precisely Egypt, for pilgrimage, where they knelt down to worship Isis and her child Horus as the first mother and child worship. In fact, I need you to know that the worship of Isis and her child Horus or Heru was copied by the Europeans as the Black Madonna and child. The Romans were the first people to worship the African woman as a goddess in Europe. For instance, even Emperor Caligula, the mentally deranged Roman emperor, even built a temple for Isis, where all the Romans, they knelt down to worship this black woman named Isis, the black woman who had the first immaculate conception before the story of Mary, who had the first child, who became the first Christ, who walked on water, fed thousands of people with few loaves of bread and fish, who did miracles like made the blind to see and raised the dead. In fact, he was the first to die and resurrect in human mythological history. There is a book I need people to read right now, The 16 Crucified Saviors Before Jesus, where you will see 16 crucified Christ who existed thousands of years before the story of Jesus the Christ. And the first Savior or Christ known in the ancient time was Horus or Heru. All the things they say Jesus did 2,000 years ago, 16 other people did it over 5,000 years ago, and Horus or Heru was the first Christ. In fact, the word Christ is an African word which means Christ, and it means the anointed one. If you meticulously study the Egyptian Book of the Dead and the Papyrus of Ani, also known as the Egyptian Book of the Coming Forth by Day and by Night, Horus or Heru said, I am the truth, the way, and the light. This statement was made over 3100 BCE before it was copied and plagiarized to the New Testament. Did you know that before the Europeans came to Africa to study in the African mystery system, there was no Mary and there was no Jesus? It was the black woman named Isis and her child Horus or Heru that the Europeans, they worshipped as the Black Madonna and child. Later, around the time of Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci, the Black Madonna and child were painted from black to white and converted to Mary and Jesus. In 1492, Leonardo da Vinci, the great Italian Renaissance painter, painted his lover Caesar Borgia as Jesus. Now, Caesar Borgia, who was a homosexual, was the illegitimate son of Rodrigo Borgia, who later became Pope and changed his name to Pope Alexander VI. When he became the Pope, he made the painting of his son the official painting of Jesus the Christ. When the Europeans were worshipping the black woman and her child Horus as the original Christ, European women dedicated their time to worship the black woman as the original Virgin Mary before she was painted white and was called Mary. Now, I need you to know that the European women had to abstain from every form of sexual intimacy with their husbands, because for one to worship Isis, the black woman, one must refrain from sexual intimacy and immorality. This singular act necessitated a provocation among European men, where they started burning down the temples and shrines of Isis. In fact, around 591 AD, Pope Gregory the Great accused women of being the reasons for why God cursed mankind. All this just to remove the woman from her position as the original mother of God. Lovers of knowledge and people of the sun, I will recommend the following books: The Destruction of Black Civilization, The African Origin of Civilization, The Egyptian Book of the Dead and the Papyrus of Ani, The Untold History of the Black Race and the Fall of African Civilization, and many more that will open your eyes to know that part of our African history that has been untold for too long. These books and more are all in soft copy PDF. If you want to buy in order for you to acquire knowledge of the untold, send a message to my inbox right now for you to buy and purchase your own copy.